the
I'm doing
show.
okay. How are you, DJ Max?
I'm doing good. KendyX, Sports Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max, Live 65, iHeartRadio. She's in the building here, one of the best up and coming R&B artists in the game. For sure, talented and artistic. We're gonna get into all that. Welcome to the show. How's everything going?
It's going good. I mean, I'm excited for, what's going on. I just dropped my single Planet X, so just been riding that wave right now. But it's going good. How are you doing?
Yeah, everything's going good. Everything is going good. Planet X is definitely a vibe. I'll tell you that. It's different. I like it. The behind. I checked out the behind the scenes. I feel as though that you're artistically free, and you did describe that in an article recently, and I did see that. And does what was it? Because before we really get into it, what was it? Because I know your whole life story. We'll get into that. But what was it that you had to take a hiatus from music? Was it the pressures of the industry dictating a certain way that you had to go with your sound, your vision, that you had to do certain things to get a deal? What was it that made you want to take that hiatus in 2023?
Honestly, I think it was a mix of a lot of things. Personal things like mental health for sure was a big thing for me. I wanted to kind of take a step back and just get my mind right, and feel good with what I'm doing. And I think I wanted to get my vision of what I wanted to be as an artist and what kind of sound I wanted to produce. And I didn't really know that yet. I was still pretty new in it. I was young, kind of like letting people guide me, and which helped me a lot because I learned a lot. But now at 23, I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to kind of take the reins over a little bit and kind of use my creativeness to kind of build up something. So it's been really nice. Definitely different coming back, a whole different vibe, like with my team, and just everyone is more focused on making sure we all feel good. We all feel like the product is good. We all love what we're putting out so we can stand on it. So when people don't like it, it's like, okay, well, that's cool. Like we like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Planet X, like I mentioned, it's so original. How do you plan on expanding with that? Because I feel as though you could do a TV show with that. I know cartoons, graphic novels. What are some ideas that you're looking to expand on Planet X?
For sure. It's pretty crazy seeing some of like the feedback from the video because I have seen a lot of people like, oh my gosh, I wish this was a TV show.
Yeah.
It's definitely sparking some new ideas. Our whole plan with Planet X was definitely to make that like the staple of who KendyX is, which is why we dropped it first. So Planet X is going to be living around for a while. Like we definitely want to do as much as we can with it because I think it just kind of describes who I am and what I'm going to bring with my music.
Do you believe in like all those UFOs and that there's existence outside of Earth? You believe in that?
I mean, how can you not? This is
Yeah.
universe is huge. Like you think we're the only people here?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Apparently, because I know when COVID was going crazy, that the government did confirm that there are UFOs and aliens. So people were sleeping on that.
Yep, they sure were.
Were you always kind of like a sci-fi fan? Is that what it is? Because I mean, obviously, it looks like you have some interest in it by doing Planet X.
Yeah, for sure. I think more so when I was writing the song, it was like me and my dad were kind of talking about what I had been through in my hiatus and
Mhm.
kind of the pressures of everyone and kind of trying to fit this mold of the world that they put you in, especially as a woman. So I think really what sparked it was just more so like Earth is so shitty and people here just love to hate and love to like make you feel like less than. So let's make another planet where everyone is valuable and everyone feels great.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me. I know he's controversial, but I know with Marilyn Manson, when he did his album Mechanical Animals, he said he hated this what the existence was of being out in Hollywood so much that he had to create his own world, and that's when he released Mechanical Animals. So he was living in his own alter reality, which is crazy.
Literally, all my friends are like, "Okay, we're living on Planet X forever. We're never, yeah, we're staying to Planet X, never on Earth."
No, what's going to be the follow up now with Planet X? Are you planning to do something like Options for Me? Because For Me was a huge song for you, cracking the Billboard charts on R&B. It got so many millions of streams. So, what is the direction now that you release Planet X after this now?
Well, we definitely want to drop a project. I will say the sound is definitely different right now. I'm super open to like every type of sound, so I think that's a blessing and a curse a little bit because then I don't really know exactly where I'm going with everything. But the blessing is I get to really experience with like all the different genres, which I love because I just love music in general. So you'll definitely be hearing some more R&B hits like Options and For Me, but also getting into like Avril Lavigne vibes and like Queen vibes, like just stepping into different realms.
Yeah, I did see that those were some of your influences on there. What do you think it's going to take? Because I always look back at it, Queen is an iconic band, but I remember coming up when I was younger when it was like the Britney Spears, Beyonce, and then you had Nelly, 50 Cent. It was like the one of the best times in music. And Avril Lavigne, you mentioned her before. What do you think it's going to take for you to follow in those footsteps? 'Cause I think you have the voice. I think you have the image. What do you think it's going to take for you to be one of those artists? Because I always say it, we don't have like one of those Britney Spears artists anymore because it's all now clout chasing and artists are basically trends. They're here today and they're gone tomorrow. So what do you think it's going to take for to get back to a level of an artist in those organic times now in the digital age?
Yeah, it is definitely different. I think really what my team and I are trying to do is kind of mix like the old way of music, like for example, marketing. We marketed obviously digital, but we also wanted to do something personal. So we went to like Hollywood Boulevard and played the song and handed out cards. Like, you know how they used to hand out like CDs, like listen to my song. Like, I think just kind of tapping into those old ways and being more authentic with it. I think a lot of people now are trying to fit the trends. And I was trying to do that too. And, it doesn't work. You may work for one song and then it's gone. That trend, they're on to another trend. We're moving so fast. So I think my biggest thing is like, I'm not trying to stick to a trend. I'm trying to just do what I like. So that way, no matter what, I can at least stand on it. Because I feel like those artists like Beyonce, Britney Spears, they were so into what they were doing. They knew themselves. They knew that they were fire. They had, their training done. So they were undeniable. You couldn't deny them. I think that's my goal. I just want to have like the full package: rehearsals, dance, performance, vocals. Like everything is just a full package.
Have you thought about paying homage because early on in your career you were a gymnast? Have you thought about adding any of those elements into one of your songs or music videos? Because I know you got an injury and that's what happened that led you to music, but let's go about this the safe way. So have you thought about doing anything like that for the videos or songs?
For sure. We
Mhm.
definitely implement a lot of like gymnastics things. Like for Celebrate Music Video, we did a little bit like some splits, like something light, but
Yeah.
I definitely want to start getting into like performing even with doing some sort of skills. And one of my dancers was actually a gymnast too. So she can do a lot of things as well. So I definitely want to implement that because I think that made me who I am. And I don't think I would be the performer that I am if I wasn't in that sport.
Mhm. And you're from Chicago originally. Are you in Chicago right now? So, 'cause I know you went to Long Beach.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now,
You're in
actually.
Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah.
How is it down there in Atlanta?
It's lit here. It's pretty
Yeah,
chill, not too much going on. They've been having a lot of performances here, so it's been pretty dope.
yeah, yeah. That's the
Yeah.
place to make connections in the music industry. So, how was it growing up in Chicago, and then what was kind of this decision for you to go out to Long Beach?
Well, we had it a little bit rough in Chicago. My parents, had to work really hard. We had some situations where we kind of just had to kind of take a step back. My grandma actually lived in California when we were still in Chicago, my mom's mom, and she broke her back. So we
Oh
came out
man,
her with all of that stuff and ended up just living here. We lived with my grandma for a while. We lived with my aunts, and then my mom and dad started their business, and shit just, kind of took off from there. And now we're in Long Beach and East Side, and we love it. We love it.
yeah. And I know your father was in a band local, but he wrote his own songs as well. So, when did you start to realize that you kind of had a gift for music? Because was it before a little bit? Because I know you took the dance and the vocal classes that you had. When was it that you kind of realized that you had a gift in music? Was it during the classes, or there might been have been signs before? Because I mentioned your older sister also being an artist.
Yeah, I had a lot of musical influence for sure in my life. So I think I always had a talent for it. I always could sing. I would harmonize with my sister since I was like 6. She would like teach me certain things. And I used to write a lot. Like I remember when I was maybe about 7, my sister had her voicemail was actually a song that I wrote and I sang it into her phone and that was her voicemail. So it's been a thing forever, really.
Yeah, wow. Are you still on the? Because I feel as though you're, as a woman, you're going to represent women's empowerment, but are you going to be pushing that narrative still? Because that's something that you were big on. Are you still going to be pushing forward women's empowerment in your music?
For sure, definitely woman empowerment. I'm a girl's girl, 100%. I want the girls to strive and win, but I think also just human empowerment and like lifting people up in general because we all have it hard. Like shit is hard on earth for men and women. We need to really help each other and lift each other up and show people that they're valuable and show them that they're loved and show them that what they're doing is important because everyone is important, you know?
That's why I got to go to Planet X. I did
That
want to bring. That's why I want to bring up the song Options, because when I listen to song Options, we know that men are dogs now. They've always been dogs. Do you feel as though a little bit? I want you to admit. I mean, you can if you want to. If not, do you feel like the tide is? Because I talk to a lot of artists, and I've talked to people personally. They feel as though the tides have turned. That women are the new men, and that they're the ones that are treating the men like dogs. Do you think the tide has turned a little bit?
I
That
think it's
men are
a
getting payback?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think women are finally starting to step into their power, and I think
Yeah.
we're to realize that just being a woman is powerful just as much as being a man is powerful. They're not more powerful than you just because they're a man. They don't choose you, you can choose them.
Yeah.
You can go up to somebody and say, hey, I think you fine, here's my number. They don't have to do that to you. It's like we're not products, we're human beings as well. So I love it. I'm not for like being dogs. Like, I love to treat everyone with love and respect, but at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. No, it was definitely a different song to hear about it from the other perspective. And yeah, if there's a guy there that's treating you terribly, you got to move on. Now, if there's a guy that's treating you good and you're going to be treating him like that, then
That's the problem.
yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, good one, make sure you latch on, okay?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of crazy ones out there, but hey,
Yeah.
that happens. So
Good.
you went on tour, with we look at Kaylin for real, Dream Doll. Who are some other artists you're looking to go on tour with?
Oh man, I would love to go on tour with like everyone, obviously. I love music, so I love every type of genre. I love Chris Brown. I love SZA. I love Ariana Grande. And I think even some bands, like some of those older bands like Maroon 5, like,
Hmm.
bands that were like lit in the early 2000s. I would love to go on like a tour with them or something. That'd be so dope.
Yeah, and Maroon 5 is collaborations with hip hop artists. I know Wiz Khalifa, so yeah, and in different they venture into different lanes.
For sure. They're fire.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. How about label talks? Are you focused on signing with a label right now, or do you think it's going to be difficult because you do have your own creative? That's the thing I think labels need to stop doing is sign artists who are taking risks and doing different things instead of following toxic trends on TikTok. Sign artists who have their own vision that brings something unique to the game.
I agree. I think right now, me and my team are more focused on just making great music and marketing it the best that we can. If things come, we'll have those conversations then. But right now, I really love the team that I have, and I love the creative control that I have, and that almost like all of us kind of get to put in our own creatives, and we make really magical stuff together. So right now, I just love my team. So I'm just kind of sticking here, and if opportunities come, we'll see, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
What is your definition of self-love? Because that's something that you had to figure out for yourself when you did go on the hiatus. So what is self-love? Everyone tells me around this. I mean, I am not involved in it right now. I feel as though self-love is me doing my shows, following in my purpose. But there's been a trend of a lot of people telling me, "Oh, I've been doing self-love, self-love." So what is your definition of self-love?
I think honestly, I'm still working on it. Obviously, I'm a human being, so I still have my insecurities, and I'm in, some kind of light where people are watching me and looking at me. I'm on stage, so it's definitely a lot. But I think my biggest thing is just constantly filling myself with things that make me happy and doing what I want to do, and feeling like I'm worthy of making a decision for myself. Because I think a lot of times I like back off, and I think like other people are more worthy to like make the decision of my life when it's like this is still my life. So I think just taking control is like the biggest thing. Taking control of my life, what happens in it, what I do, what I don't want to do. That's really what I've been trying to do because it's a little hard for me.
Yeah, no, it is. Do you feel as though with mental health issues that there's just a lot of unresolved issues in your past? It could be either like issues in school. Do you feel as though that there's a lot of scars that aren't healed? Is why people go through those mental health issues?
For sure. I think everyone has a list of traumas. And I know people don't like to say trauma because it sounds like such a big word,
Mhm.
but really there's so many things that could be so minute that really affect you and you don't even realize it. And I know that I've been working for 2 years on my mental health, like really, really hard. And I still have a lot of things that I don't even know that are still hurting me and bothering me. So I think it's important to really tap into yourself. I know people don't like to like think so much, and I get it because I think too much. But I think a mix between that is good because you have to reflect so you can change your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Outside of music, what are some other your other ventures? I know I brought up a possible TV series earlier, but are you kind of in the fashion? Because I know with the Planet X video, Missy Elliott was really into like the garbage bags. Like when you see back in the day, she was kind of on like that UFO same wavelength. So have you thought about getting into the fashion and bringing your own unique vision to the fashion world?
For sure. I definitely think I'm stepping into my fashion a lot more now because I'm kind of, understanding myself. So I definitely want to start utilizing fashion to kind of express, who I am and just kind of get more like original with it. Everyone's like wants designer and it's like a designer's fire. We love it. But like, where's the originality? I want like original pieces?
Yeah. Like set costume pieces that people may not
Yeah.
have. Yeah. And I did notice that in the Planet X video with the masks and different stuff that you had on. So those are the
Yeah.
things that people really look for.
For that was Kelsey, and she is fire. Like she came in with every type of wardrobe, and we had a fitting with maybe 100 pieces. And the thing she put together, I was just like in awe, in awe.
Mm.
Yeah.
I could tell, especially like the chemistry that you have with everyone on set. What was the idea that you got for you to film everything behind the scenes? That's something that I really want to give credit to you as an artist because I'm a behind the scenes, but like I'm in front of the camera, but I'm someone that loves behind the scenes. I always like watching the making of certain videos, films. What was the idea that made you want to go out there and document all your videos behind the scenes?
Well, honestly, we always kind of have done BTS, but when I came back from my hiatus, I started kind of like just documenting random things and even stuff that's not going to come out, just kind of to see, go back and see my life and, have the footage for later down, who knows. But once we started doing that, I just really started realizing that like authenticity is where it's at. And yes, people love the music, people love the videos, they love the visuals, but people also want to know how we get here and what happens. What's the drama? Is there drama? Like I want to know. So if I want to know about Gunna and what happened with his music video, I'm gonna go watch a BTS. So why not make one, right? So I
Yeah.
think I just really want people to kind of understand me more, get to know me a little bit.
Yeah. If you were to have a conversation with Avril Lavigne tomorrow, and what would you ask her if you were to have a conversation? If she were to just call you or someone connected you with her because they know you're a fan and you're inspired by her, what would the most important question you would ask her for advice?
Um, I'd probably ask her how does she stay true to what she wants when there's so much pressure from not only, probably your team, but the world to follow a certain mold?
Mhm.
Because I feel like I constantly, even after this song drop, I'm still over here like overthinking, like, okay, what do I have to do next? What do I have to look like? What do I and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. Like, don't overthink it because you didn't overthink Planet X and look how it turned out. So I think that's something that I would love to know. I need advice on that for sure.
Yeah. So what are your upcoming performances now? Do you have anything lined up now, either in Atlanta or just upcoming in the future?
We don't have anything set in stone yet. We are working on a bunch because I'm ready to get back on the stage. I haven't been on the stage in, oh man, a while. So I'm
Wow.
really excited. But the team is working on that. I think we have a few coming up actually pretty soon. So hopefully they lock in. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be maybe Rolling Loud. Are you looking to hit those stages too?
Man, that would be a dream.
Yeah.
Dream. Like a dream.
I could see it happening.
Oh, I'm hoping and praying, but everything takes time and I'm just on God's timing right now.
Yeah, no. And you got the work ethic there. Something that I do admire is the quality over quantity. You focus on
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
for sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And they can check out all your music on Apple Music. Is there anything else you'd love to let the fans know? Anything else that we didn't cover here tonight that you want to get out there?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you so much, DJ Mad Max. This was great. I hope you guys love the music and just look forward for more because I have some shit coming
Of course, yeah. And people need to stay tuned. If you want an innovative artist, KendyX is definitely one of them. And you can follow her to Planet X. And let them know where they can follow you on Instagram, X, all those platforms so they can tap in with you.
Kendy.x underscore is pretty much it for everything. But if it's not, it's just KendyX.
You already know. KendyX, thank you for coming on the show. And thank you to everyone who helped setting this up as well. You're always welcome on the show once you release the album and the project. We'd love to get you back on the show that we can talk about it.
Yes, I love this energy. This is like the greatest interview I've ever had. Thank you so much, DJ Mad Max. I
Oh,
appreciate
thank you. I appreciate that. And don't worry, we'll do a follow-up one and it'll be even better.
it. For sure. It was nice to meet you. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
it was nice to meet you. Whenever if you perform in New York, I know I'm in the tri-state area. I'd love to come out to one of the shows and yeah.
I will definitely make sure we hit you up if I'm ever out there.
Absolutely. Now, I support what you're doing. Keep going.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You already know. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.